Now I'm back. We are going to see how we can negate wakati uliopita, which is the tense or which is njeo ya jana. Mtindo wa kukanusha, negative form. Mtindo wa kukanusha, negative form. So now we are going to see the pronoun markers or subject prefixes in positive and negative. If you don't want to call it a pronoun marker, you can call it a subject prefix. Subject prefixes. Subject prefixes. We have mimi ni, which will be mim si. Wewe hu, which will be wewe hu. Yeye a, which will go with yeye ha. Sisi tu in negative, it will be sisi hatu. We have the second class, which is nyinyi, which is mu in plural. It will go with the ham, nyinyi ham, which is you in plural. Last one we have wao, which goes with the wa, and in negative form, it will go with hawa. So that is a summary of subject prefixes, both in positive and negative. So now mtindo wa kukanusha, negative form. Tukiwa tunakanusha wakati uliopita, in bracket, li, vitenzi vyenye silabi moja kama kula, kunywa, kuja, kaa na kadhalika katika ukanushaji vinapoteza kitenzi jina ku. Infinitive ku. Tunapobadilisha wakati uliopita, li tense, katika mtindo wa kukanusha, kitenzi jina li hubadilishwa kwa ku katika mtindo wa kukanusha. So now tukiwa tunakanusha wakati uliopita, vitenzi vyenye silabi moja kama kula, kunywa, kuja na kadhalika katika ukanushaji vinapoteza kitenzi jina ku. So when we are changing positive statements into negative tukiwa tunakanusha wakati uliopita, when we are changing past simple tense, or which is li tense, verbs with one syllable, which we call monosyllabic verbs, like kula, which is drink, kunywa, which is rather kula, which is eat, kunywa, which is drink, kuja, which is come, na kadhalika, etc. In negative form, they lose an infinitive ku. So in short, monosyllabic verbs are verbs which have only one syllable. For them, they are pronounced once. They have only one syllable. And in ku, rather in past tense, which is wakati uliopita, when we are putting in negative tense, in negative form, they lose what? They lose ku. If it is like kula, it will lose this ku and remain with la. If it is kunywa, it will lose this ku and remain as nywa. If it is kuja, it will lose this ku and remain with ja. And there are some other verbs which are also monosyllabic but not put here. So they also lose ku when they go in negative form in past simple tense. But other words, for them they remain as they are because they don't have ku. But for these monosyllabic verbs that have only ku, they lose it and remain as they are, or they remain with their original stem verb. Tunapobadilisha wakati uliopita, when we are changing past simple tense into negative form, kitenzi jina li hubadilishwa kwa ku katika mtindo wa kukanusha. So when we are changing sentences into negative form in past tense, we use ku as a negative tense marker. We use ku as a negative tense marker. For example, in perfect tense or hali timilifu, in positive it was me, and in negative it was ja. But for this tense, in positive it is li, and in negative it will be taking ku, as we are going to see. So mtindo wa kukanusha still. Our example number 1 will be mimi nilichemsha maziwa jana. Mimi nilichemsha maziwa jana. In negative it will be mimi sikuchemsha maziwa jana. Mimi sikuchemsha maziwa jana. So our first one is mimi nilichemsha maziwa jana. So this is a positive statement because it has no not. Li is a tense marker, and thus it shows that it is in positive statement. But in negative statement, we use ku as a negative tense marker. That's why you see I have made it in bold form. The one you see that is bolded, this one, is the one that is showing that this tense or sentence is in past simple tense. So this one, mimi nilichemsha maziwa jana, it will be I boiled milk yesterday. I boiled milk yesterday. But this one will be mimi sikuchemsha maziwa jana. I did not boil milk yesterday. I did not, or you can say I didn't boil milk yesterday. So this ku or siku is the one which is did not. Mimi means I. Siku is did not. Chemusha is boil, and maziwa is milk, and jana is what? Yesterday. So that's how we can come up with our negative statement. Then number two, wewe ulivaa viatu vyeupe. Wewe ulivaa viatu vyeupe. You wore white shoes. You wore white shoes. Here will be wewe hukuvaa viatu vyeupe. Wewe hukuvaa viatu vyeupe. So this who is a negative subject prefix for wewe. Who is a negative tense marker for past tense. Va is a verb which means wear, and viatu is a noun which is shoes. And vyeupe, this is an adverb which is white. White is an adverb, an adjective rather. Yeah. I did not wear white shoes. Number 3, yeye alienda msituni. Yeye alienda msituni. What is showing that this statement is in li tense or past tense? It is just li as a tense marker. Then in negative it will be yeye hakuenda msituni. Yeye hakuenda msituni, which means he did not go to the forest. He didn't go to the forest. Yeye means he or she. Ha is a negative subject prefix for ye. Ku is a negative tense marker for past simple tense. Then enda means a verb. Mustuni means when you find this ni added on a noun, it means a position. So you can say to the forest, in the forest, from the forest, or at the forest. But for this case, it will be to the forest. Number 4, sisi tulikula njegele. Sisi tulikula njegele. We ate G-nuts, or we ate groundnuts. Li is a tense marker, as I have told you. Tu is a subject prefix for sisi. In the negative, it will be sisi hatukula. Sisi hatukula njegele. So I want you to see well here what I've been explaining. As earlier, I've told you that when you find a monosyllabic verb is having ku in positive statement, you will make sure that in a negative statement, it will be lost. So you cannot say sisi tulikukula. No, we cannot have two kus, or we cannot have double kus. Instead, we lose one and remain with the one for negative part. So here we have one ku because since it is a monosyllabic verb, it is going to lose one ku, and then in negative form, it will retain that ku for a past tense or for a negative form. So here it will be sisi hatukula njegele. Sisi hatukula njegele. So this kula is not this one you are seeing here. This one has been lost. This one has been lost. Then this ku is the one we referred to as a negative tense marker. So when we are putting in negative form in past simple tense, we use what? We use ku. So that's why we are using ku. So in English version, it will be we didn't eat the G-nuts. Number 5, nyinyi mulikuwa nao. Nyinyi mulikuwa nao. In positive statement, it will be you were with them, or you all were with them. How can we say that one in a negative form? Here in it will be, the negative form will be nyinyi hamkuwa nao. Here we are putting ham because a negative pronoun marker or subject marker is a what? Is ham for nyinyi. That's why we are saying ham. So it will be nyinyi hamkuwa nao. This one is a tense marker which shows that a sentence is in a past simple tense but in negative. Then in English it will be you all were not with them. You all were not with them. Our last number 6. Wao walilima shambani. Wao walilima shambani. They dug in the garden. They dug in the garden, or you can say they dug the garden. So here in negative form it will be wao hawakulima shambani. Wao hawakulima shambani. This hawa is a negative subject prefix for wao, or is a pronoun marker negative for wow. Then ku is a negative tense marker. Lima is having as a verb, and shambani is a what? A garden. Shamba is a garden, and when you add ni, it will show the position where, from, in, at, or into. But for this case, it will be in. So you shall say, they did not dig in the garden. They didn't dig in the garden. So that one is finished. So we have zoezi exercise. We have A, badilisha sentensi hizi kwa mtindo wa kukanusha. Badilisha sentensi hizi kwa mtindo wa kukanusha. Change into negative form and remember to put in English. Number 1, Roman 1, mtoto alienda shuleni jana. Mtoto alienda shuleni jana. Number Roman 2, yeye alikata mguu wake. Yeye alikata mguu wake. Roman 3, sisi tulipika chakula. Sisi tulipika chakula kizuri. Roman 4, watu wale walinunua magari mapya. Watu wale walinunua magari mapya. Sehemu B, part B. Badilisha kwa mtindo wa kukubali. Change into affirmative or positive statement. Roman 1, nyinyi hamkupiga mwalimu. Nyinyi hamkupiga mwalimu. Roman 2, mwanajeshi hakupata bunduki. Mwanajeshi hakupata bunduki. Roman 3, wewe hukunywa kakara. Wewe hukunywa kakara. Roman 4, the last one. Mimi sikuona mwezi. Mimi sikuona mwezi. So you try that exercise. Jaribu kazi hiyo. Try that exercise from how we have been doing. Part A is for positive. Is for positive. Number 2 is for negative. So now we are going to do according to how the instructions are written. Mwisho, end. Otherwise, thank you for watching. Sure.